Um, been paying close attention to news again today. Note, there's not a Bible chapter again today. I've been spending much of today working on a server computer that's sitting behind me right now. That is going to serve us literally and figuratively in several ways. For one, to be a good data server for us in the home here. And I am also in the process of putting a chat server on it in which I will be able to encrypt myself. That chat room will be displayed on the website when I'm done. I'm taking every measure that I can in order to get ready for the silencing of everybody, us, everybody. I also want to provide a place for everybody to communicate freely and openly, where they don't have to worry. Everything with secured connection, everything encrypted. And I had the capability, the knowledge. I just didn't have the equipment. And sitting behind me, now I do. My buddy from here in town yesterday, big shout out to Aaron. He was nice enough to have brought us a couple of monitors yesterday, a tower, and actually a UPS backup system. I have to put a couple batteries in it. That's not a big deal as soon as we can afford batteries, and that particular project makes its way up the priority list, then we'll do so. And that will allow me to put this computer and the modem and the router and all that on a battery backup. So that way, if we're doing a show and the power flickers, it will have absolutely no effect on the show. So that's a plus. That's a good thing. Otherwise, if we have a power flicker, it's one thing for me to get this beast back up and all the software running on it and reconnected to the streams. But then I have to wait for the router and the modem to boot up, which our router and modem are a bit slow on getting up. So anyway, I'm in the process of moving things forward still and again, and it will be a continuing process of that. And I'm looking forward to being able to better serve, again, both literally and figuratively, everybody else. So that's what I'm here for. Been paying attention to the news, and it would seem that yesterday when I did the monologue, I was talking about how I wasn't so sure that we were any safer yet. And today would prove that. So we're going to get to that stuff here momentarily. Have a sip of my coffee here. And let's go ahead, and I've been making a daily thing of it to kind of run through AdSense, where we're at, what's going on. And again, I want folks to understand and know that I will be completely 100% transparent with everything that we're doing here. That's the idea. The intent is to do it to benefit everybody. Again, how are we building that money? Well, largely, if you know, people donate, that's one way. You can donate by going and clicking the donate tab right there that you see on the website, thewatchmannews.com, or you can click on an ad. You don't have to buy nothing, fill nothing out, do anything. Every time somebody clicks on an ad, it puts a little bit into our Google AdSense account, and that's what I'm getting ready to show you. Let's see. So it's building, and many of you know that we're trying to get a bicycle trailer for Blue so that we can be able to take Blue on bike rides with us, as well as grocery trips. So we are working on getting that bike trailer. I did see that. Let me open up another tab here. I was saying the other day that Wally World was sold out of the particular one I was interested in. It would appear that Wally World has gotten that back in stock. That's the best price I can find it anywhere for that particular model. Now, it's important that I get a model that is going to work, that's going to hold up. When you're talking about a dog with the potential of, say, 70 pounds, you got to have something that's going to be able to hold her. So this has a capacity of 100 pounds. So it's good to go with that. So that's the one we're intending on getting. That is what we're working towards, as well as stuff for a water filtration device that I can make on air, live, filter the water on air, live, and drink what I filtered, so that you all can see that it works and that it works good. I want folks to understand that they can do this stuff, and it can literally be from stuff that they can just scavenge, okay? I'm not going to use scavenged materials. We're just going to actually purchase the materials. Although I could use scavenged materials, I want to, when I do this, I want to use materials that I know are good and clean, and what exactly what I'm looking for. But don't be misguided on it. You can use materials that you scavenge to do the very same thing, and there's a very good chance that it could save the lives of yourself or your loved ones. I was going to show you the other one I was looking at. I mentioned it the other day. I'm speaking of the trailers. I had to pull it up real quick on the other screen. This is the other one I'm looking at. If this guy's still got these things when we are able to get it, wow. I hope we can get in on this. This is like a $250 trailer, bike trailer. I mean, it's crazy. This guy's selling them for shipping plus cost is $75, cheaper than what that other one is. And if you look down here, this person here is selling it for almost $300. Typically around $250 or so for that particular model. So that's the one we're hoping to get in on. Which I got off topic a little bit, but again, I want everybody to know what it is that we're doing, and so that's where this is going. When you click on ads, it adds a little bit here, which transfers over here to this monthly, and we have to reach that $100 threshold by I'm assuming like the first of the month or roughly somewhere within, and it looks like we're going to reach that on this coming month. But keep clicking. Because, as you can tell, we're going to be spending, if I buy the one from Walmart, we're going to be paying tax. So, roughly, I'm just going to say $85, So, somewhere around $75 to $85 we're going to be spending on a trailer for Blue. Anything above and beyond that, we're going to be putting towards this water filter project. And I actually went today and started pricing some of the materials for that. Pretty simple. Activated charcoal, sand, and rock. So pretty simple, not a big deal. And if you're in a pinch, if you're in a true SHTF situation, just use charcoal. As long as it's not like some type of matchlight charcoal, as long as it's just plain old charcoal, you can crush it up into a powder and use it. If you don't even have that, well, you can use burnt wood. You can literally use the charcoal from burnt wood. I mean, it's a fact. That's where charcoal comes from, is burnt wood, charred wood. So, it's just an important thing to know, and it's a life-saving thing to know, because one of the biggest killers in any type of serious event like that, where you lose your infrastructure, is disease. And among those diseases are things like dysentery and stuff like that. Simply not being able to have proper sanitation, proper hygiene, clean drinking water. Those are the things that kill the most. And so that's why this is one of the projects that I'm putting up in the forefront, along with the solar, which is well underway. I'm just waiting on that component now. No idea when it's not actually been handed over yet. At least it's not reflected to be handed over yet to UPS. But it should be here sometime next week. Not a big deal. Then I'll be working on that video, as long as we have some sunny days that aren't 2 degrees outside. I will be working on a video explaining different components and how you can do it as inexpensively as possible. You can't. It's one of those things, you can't do it for free. There's no doing that one for free. But you can do it rather inexpensive in comparison to a lot of the kits and whatnot that you see out there. So, and a lot of times, you see things that promise this and that, and they just don't deliver. To where if you build, your kit yourself and you understand enough to build that kit, you can pretty well get exactly what you expect out of it. To where if you buy a pre-built kit, a lot of times they'll rate stuff way high, or it just won't perform like you thought they would, because they overrate pretty much everything, especially when you buy kits, and it doesn't matter whether it's solar kits or what kind of kits. They tend to overrate, solar rate, one of the two, everything. So anyway, that's what this is going towards, and that's why I appreciate any and all clicks. There were some clicks today. I know Evil got in there. He gets in there in the mornings and gets his clicks in, so to speak. Today was no exception, obviously, and it is much, much appreciated. So it is helping, as you can tell. It's slowly raising that number up, and then after this is done and said with, we'll keep doing it, and we'll keep coming up with projects. And I'm gonna have you guys help with some of those projects as far as what you want to see, what it is that you want to learn, and we'll go from there and we'll do it. But I'm starting out with the solar and the water thing. Power and water, two important things. Can you live without power? Most certainly. Most certainly you can. But it's also going to make it a lot harder if you don't have certain ways to be able to, say, navigate and stuff like that. There's a lot of things that mobile devices would be real big help for, and being able to keep those mobile devices charged is a big deal. You may have other circumstances. You may be on some type of medical equipment. You could be somebody that has to use, say, a CPAP machine. And if you're on the more serious end of needing a CPAP machine, that could be a life-threatening situation. You may have an oxygen machine, one of those that actually creates the oxygen, not the ones that you just, hook the tank into, but one that actually creates the oxygen. You may need to have that. That may be life-saving for you. So you're going to need something to be able to power that. It is absolutely no exaggeration to say that some of the first that will perish in a grid-down situation are those that need those type of medical devices, life-saving medical devices. And you don't just, I always tell people, don't just throw your hands up in the air and just say, oh, I can't do nothing. Figure out a way. Typically, there is always a way. Sometimes there's certain medications and stuff like that, and I honestly don't know what to tell those folks, and I feel bad for them. But there are a lot of conditions that people can do something about. A little bit of will, a little bit of knowledge, and you'll get it. You'll get it. One thing at a time, just like Prepper Nurse 1 says, one thing at a time. But you got to hack away at it. And that's what I'm intending on showing everybody. So it's important. And I don't know how much longer we have. Everything that's going on may just fizzle out and be nothing. And I sure the hell hope so. But I'm not counting on that. I am absolutely not counting on that. So let's go ahead and go over to Twitter, and I'll read the Twitter articles. Let's see. Starting out, civilians flee Syria's eastern Ghouta through humanitarian corridor. There's been several times I've reported on that, actually. Russia to stop exporting titanium to Boeing and counter sanctions against U.S. draft law. That's interesting, right? And that's the thing that gets me, Russia's been buying uranium from us. Hillary, either way. Russia's been buying all kinds of uranium from us, right? Clearly, we're buying titanium from Russia. Both items are being used for defense weapons. It's insane. What's going on is insane. Why the hell did we ever start this kind of trade? Why? Oh, yeah, that's right. Money and greed. Telegram CEO vows to bypass court-mandated blocking of the messenger service. How do you like that? A new wave of clashes erupts along Israel-Gaza border. 130 Palestinians injured. It's a shame. Lavrov says UK Foreign Secretary attempts to distort truth about Salisbury incident. We've seen a lot of that kind of craziness going on too. Oops, hang on here. Clashes erupt on third consecutive Friday of protest at Israel-Gaza border, which was what the other article was about as well. Russian embassy presents report on Salisbury case. Russian ambassador to UK talks Skripal Duma attack in press conference. UK National Security Advisor reportedly claims Russia spied on Skripals for years. You mean they spied on the spies? Dutch PM says we are not considering taking part in in strikes on Syria. Now, this is the Dutch. There's many others, many others that are saying we don't want no part of this. Rightfully so. Russian Ministry of Defense speaks on situation in Syria. UN Secretary General, Cold War resumed. So, again, and I was saying yesterday, is it over? Can we stop worrying? Can we stop paying attention to it? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't think it's gotten any better. I just think we backed off on striking them immediately. I don't think the situation has changed. Other than the immediacy of the strike, I don't think anything's changed. I think probably more than anything, we've strategically held back because they're trying to figure out how they can do this without getting caught this time. Thank you, by the way. Thank you to every awoke American, and not just American. Thank you to every awoke person around the globe. Notice I said around. It's not flat. Because that is making the difference here. So thank you. Thank you. Keep spreading the truth. Keep spreading the news. The true news. The real news. Not the ideal news or what we want to happen news, but the true news, which is often pretty scary. Russian Ministry of Defense holds press briefing on alleged chemical incident in Duma. Militants ordered to start offensive in Syria after possible U.S. strike. My mouse is loving me today. Duma chemical attack was staged to provoke U.S. strike against Syria. Duh. U.S. claims Assad allegedly used chemical weapons in Syria at least 50 times. See what I'm saying? Are we any better? Are we any better? We get Mattis in the Pentagon saying yesterday, well, we don't quite know. We don't really have any evidence that they committed a chemical attack in Duma. And then now we're saying that we're claiming that they've used chemical weapons at least 50 times. This is not getting better. They're doubling and tripling and quadrupling down on their nonsense. They're still, no matter what, trying to gain that public opinion so that they can go in and absolutely destroy not just one country, but multiple countries. Because again, Iran is the target here, not Syria. Syria is just a stepping stone to Iran. Greece won't participate in possible military op in Syria. This is Greece. We had the Dutch earlier saying they won't. Greece is saying they won't. Syria to defend itself in case of U.S. allies' aggression, says the UN envoy. IDF claims downed Iranian UAV armed with explosives tasked to attack Israel. That's like them crying over those rockets that get shot at them once in a while. I would have more accuracy with a little model rocket that I built on my kitchen table than what they have with those rockets that get lobbed their direction. Often don't even come close to Israel. And then Israel goes in and just wipes all kinds of stuff out. Crazy. Source in Tripoli says top Libyan General Khalifa Haftar has died in Paris. I hope Russia wasn't involved, that's for sure. That'll be another 3 months of craziness. Report on probe into alleged ex-FBI Deputy Director McCabe misconduct unveiled. Wow, I can't even read that headline for nothing. Just hang them already. Former FBI, same thing. McCabe press leaks violated DOJ policy. UK was not involved in Duma incident. Was anybody saying that the UK was involved in the Duma incident? Or are they trying to clear themselves of the US involvement? The White House is confident that Syrian President Assad behind Duma chemical attack. Seriously. And Syrian army uncovers chemical lab in eastern Ghouta. Better hurry up and bomb that place before they get the evidence. Man, I'm telling you, we are absolutely not any better off today than we were 3 days ago. On the surface, people are talking nicer. We're going to talk nicer and then go kill tons of people. I'm not positive that we can stop it. I'm not. It would be crazy for me to say that without a doubt, 100%, we can stop it. We can put an end to it. I'm not positive of that. But we can sure the hell make a difference. And it's better than sitting and not doing a damn thing. People are going to lose their lives. And I get that a lot of people in this country don't care about a lot of people in that country. But what about the young men and women that are going to die from our military, fighting a war that we shouldn't be involved in based on lies? It makes no sense. I'm still waiting for somebody to come up with the weapons of mass destruction. They don't exist. They didn't exist. They never existed. It was just a pretense. That's all it was. And they do it time and time and time again. I showed the CNN video yesterday, once again, of one of the false chemical attacks from back in the 90s. There's a lot of people coming out talking about the images that have came out of Syria of the children. Some people are saying that some of those images or some of those children are actually from another attack that happened somewhere else, and they were carried in to make the body count look like it was more. Others are saying that if you're attacked by chlorine gas, you're not going to have white foam at the mouth, and have gone down and shown different things that it could have been if it were real. Did people die? I don't know. I wasn't there. Neither were you. We don't know. We don't know. What we do know is our government has done this time and time and time to build that pretense to go to war. And I thought there was a possibility things were cooling down and maybe we weren't headed that direction. I think we're buying time. There's more ships moving into the area. And I think what's happening is they're buying time because Russia's moving ships into the area. I don't think we're any better off. I really don't. I'm going to keep the monologue short today, just because what else can I say? All we can do is pray and speak out, share the information, inform people. That's all we can do. And I hope everybody does that to the best of their ability. Pray to the best of your ability. Man, got another weekend coming up. I intend on doing the Enraged and Uncaged show tomorrow. We'll see how things go. We'll see how things go. For those that are watching the monologue and not around for the entire show or know what happened last weekend is I started a show called Enraged and Encaged, and it's only on DLive. It's not on ScrewTube. So all of our links, you go to our webpage, thewatchmannews.com. We've got all of our links right there. There's there's the sliding deal here that slides across. If you just scroll down a little bit, this is our Discord server that we have. Steam it, DLive, DTube. DLive is what you want. DLive is what we stream on, and it's the only place we stream the Enraged and Uncaged. It opens us up to be able to play music that we can't on ScrewTube. For me to be a little bit more real with you, take the gloves off a little bit more really. I think I just made up another word. Take the gloves off a little more and be a little more honest and straight and direct. It's not that I want to be super harsh or anything like that, but aren't the times kind of harsh, I would say. I still try to talk soft. I do my best, but I do let myself go a little bit more, and I will continue to let myself go a little bit more on that particular show. Now, tomorrow, as you know, there are some rallies going around, supposed to be in all 50 states at the state capitals, Second Amendment rallies. I'm going to try to catch any live streams that come up of those and broadcast those. So that is going to be an intent tomorrow because I think that is something important to cover. So anyway, I am going to go ahead and wrap up the monologue, and I will see those that just watched the monologue on Monday or tomorrow if you catch the show on DLive. And as always, God bless you all. We love you all. Be one with your spirit.